like a roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gotta learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Grab it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't want more than you, change the plan. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 966. Tuesdays, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I am Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the social medias and the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with Riz and the Buff Eagle. Hello, Buff Eagle. How you doing?
Here.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, Sorg.
Fantastic.
You and I had a busy weekend.
We did. First of all, thanks out. We can talk about that for a moment here before we get into the news, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We were both at Teco 2025. Props out to Antoine Scott. We did Steel City Slam Fest. It's on a lot of our Wrestling Mayhem Show and IndyWrestling.us formats. It was in the podcast feed. Maybe you saw it pop up over the weekend. We had a great panel with MV Young there. Had a lot of fun there. You got to check out Teco. And also, I want to check out the sweet swag that Antoine made. Look at the sweet Wrestling Mayhem Show ribbon there. I keep wanting to call it Flair because I have an office space mentality, right? And IndyWrestling.us. So thank you so much. And I want more of these, honestly.
Yeah. Did intern John love like their little buddy?
Yeah, intern John had it where you didn't put the rest of them on there, so all that was on here was the little buddy one from the first person we met on there. I didn't get anything else. I didn't really adventure to get them or attend panels. We just kind of roamed around and talked to cosplayers because we only had a few hours there on Saturday before the event. We had to do that evening.
There should be one, like, if you fill up your like Fitbit or your
yeah, but who's
your
going to
circle
verify
for
that?
iPhone?
There should be
The checker, like you go to the door and be like, hey, here, I
yeah.
put out your iPhone and be like, look what I did.
Official, unofficial kind of situation, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Antoine says he's going to make more.
Yes.
No, we're looking forward. That was a lot of fun, and it was cool to be there. We got press passes for this, and we were on the panel, and the Young got the
you were on the panel.
I was on the you helped with the video though, so
I was
thank
there,
you.
and you probably heard me on the background a little bit too.
No, because I took the
No?
audio. Wait, first of all, shout out to the Teco AV team, because they helped me hook up our recorder and everything, so that I could process it later. And I thought the audio was fantastic on there. So it's purely the microphones at the front of the room. So we don't hear you at all, Riz, unless you really were loud. And I don't remember you doing much of that. So I made sure. I think
when have you known me being loud? Sir?
I don't know. I made sure to acknowledge you were like present in the middle of the thing.
You did. Did you know I was on last week?
This show?
Yes.
You did pop up in the clips that I was doing at least, so there was that.
That was a joke.
So,
that was a joke.
we gotta make one for Buff Eagle in the chat room. There you go. That and then just give it. We will send it to Scotland for intern John when they move over there. Here coming up.
May I add? There's one more that we might have to do.
Oh, are you suggesting? Oh, the wedgie ribbon.
We need the wedgie ribbon.
Oh my God, jeez.
By the way, I've heard this guy is pretty much stalking.
Yeah,
Bradley
DD
now.
Vice popped into the Wrestling Mayhem Show group, who gave the wedgie to Bradley. We're a little early in the show to get into like the Mayhem Show lore on this thing, but we'll talk a little bit more about that because I do have a Bradley update to really get into. But let's talk about what's going on in general. We're about a week and a half out from SummerSlam. By the way, Sans grabbing the tickets. I'll be there in attendance. So for the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. So most because I forgot to cancel my hotel in time when I was on the fence. Oof. So I'm going. So
now you are going, and you're going to like it.
I'm gonna like it. Plus, it's much cheaper than Vegas was for sure. Like the tickets are like a third the price. So for SummerSlam. So if you're thinking about if you're on the fence, it's a good 6-7 hour drive from Pittsburgh. So like I think it's gonna be worthwhile. Take the train.
Take the train.
I would, but then I have to take a car. So like, why don't I just drive? It's still gonna be cheaper if I drive, even with the turnpike. And I'll probably avoid the turnpike, to be quite honest. So, so I mean, that's where it is. And then
always
of
have
course,
the turnpike off on ways. So
yes, and also, who else is here, Riz? Who else is here? It is referee George Ross is with us.
Referee George Ross. Hi.
He's completely been here the whole time.
I have.
The whole time.
He's been here the whole time.
The whole time, Riz.
The whole time.
Thank you for joining us.
What does a train to New York cost nowadays?
What does a train to New York? I think Riz did this recently, right?
I did this last year.
Because my mom did too, but I forget what she said.
Let me see. I think it was around 100 forward, so about 200 both ways.
I did Philadelphia for a shoot that we did out there with the University of Pennsylvania, and it was something like an $80 ticket.
Yeah, it was about like I did coach, and then I did a bidding war.
Oh, you did that
for a
to bump up the business class. Yes.
Yep.
I was not successful in this.
I was way off.
Yeah. So the business is nice though. I mean, except for the one time I bought business class, they put the car in the wrong spot. So everybody had to walk through the business class to get to the car. Allegedly, I could have got my business class refunded. And when I asked them about that at the station, like they told me to, they're like, kind of just shrugged at me. I'm like, cool, fuck me, okay. Which is really kind of the experience with Amtrak, honestly. Everybody looks at you like you should know how everything should operate around here.
Yeah, you should just stay there.
Amtrak? Amtrak's not government employees. It's not TSA.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure they're not. Amtrak's an Amtrak. Amtrak's not American government track. It's just. Are you looking this up? Are you as a? Hey,
I mean, don't get me wrong. They are. Pretty sure they're union.
no, there's probably that too. So,
but no, they definitely are union. Hold on.
Yeah, but the Philadelphia train station was such. I got sent to so many places trying to figure out if I needed to check my gear or not, because I had camera equipment and everything. I think I flew in and decided to take the train back. My God, I'm never doing that again. So not with gear, at least. So and it's
just sticking with Philly for a bit. Every time we went into that station, it was like, it was wall to wall. Like I couldn't see the other walls, and it just was this massive, dark place in that train station. I'm just sitting there going, okay, I'm not going to move from this spot. But it was, I mean, it was a good ride, you know.
I have bad times in Philly.
Got my free sodas.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go through New York, you should definitely check out Penn Station at least once.
Penn Station was interesting.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I took the Greyhound up there and I took a train up there, respectively. Do not recommend the Greyhound because it went through Philly, where also I almost got fucked up because somebody told me to stand in the wrong spot. And I almost got on or missed my bus. So it was like it was a connector thing. I was just like, this is terrible. It's not. It is not. It's really the low part. What are we? This is a wrestling show, guys.
Welcome to Train Talk over here, Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Welcome to Train Talk. So NPR doesn't have the money for it, so we'll do it on podcast.
Isn't that technically one gimmick that didn't make the new generation as an engineer?
Ooh, I have not heard about this.
There wasn't one. That's what I'm saying.
There wasn't one.
Okay. It could have been
one of the only occupations that got skipped.
Okay. Man, the occupational
maybe
era.
I guess the closest maybe would be the Blacktop Bully, right?
We should do a promotion where everybody just has a occupational gimmicks.
Yeah, because the closest to an engineer would probably be one of the the auto guys, because it would have quasi mechanical skills, right?
We could call it labor wrestling.
Or like at least like instead of an engineer during that time, it would be more like, oh, here comes the train or something like that.
The Federation of Unionized Wrestlers.
I love that. I love it. And then you got to take a break like every hour.
I think Jesse Ventura tried to start that once.
Well, he kind of did, right? Every hour you got to take like a 15-minute break, right? So like that's your intermission. Like we got to stick to the 45, and if we go over, we have to cut it. Like the bell rings and everybody goes on break, and you sell concessions. All set. Referee George Ross is with us. How you doing, man? You been getting around there?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I'm very tired.
You're hiding behind the microphone a little bit, and enjoying the pizza.
Yes, of course.
You were fighting traffic, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, it's bringing the girlfriend from New Kensington is not as expedient
yes. 28 is always the bane.
Well,
of
she had to
everybody's
make 9 o'clock or 8:30. So sorry, got here as quickly as possible.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Well, the biggest news from the weekend is TNA had their Slammiversary pay-per-view. We actually, for the first time in I don't know when, had a few of us sit down here in the studio and watch a TNA pay-per-view.
Unironically.
What? What? Unironic? What did we do it ironically? Like I mean,
back in the day.
Back in the day.
Around like 2016, probably.
Yeah, like it was myself, it was Matt Carlins, it was Mad Mike. We didn't do it together, but we were watching TNA. It was a time.
It was a time. I'm still one of my low key goals right now. Now that it can happen, is to get an interview lined up with EC3 with Mad Mike, since EC3 is the one that helped Mad Mike get through that era of Impact Wrestling. I think that would be a really interesting conversation. So we'll see if it can happen. I don't know. They got a show coming up. Maybe we'll do the ask. I don't know.
Let's just say that Riz wasn't anyone watching ironically at that point.
No, I think we all were.
During my last year, but during my last year of law school, one of the few highlights I would have during my crazy, insane week would be sitting down on Fridays to watch just whatever DVR nonsense was on during this. Because it was just like they had to tape it so far in advance.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, but no, like, is it really that bad? It wasn't. I've seen worse.
Yeah, no, it's not. They post up
No.
old matches of people like Drew McIntyre, Galloway, and stuff like that, and just like they're fine. It's just like
Could the storytelling have been better? Of course, but like everything can be better.
yeah.
Nothing's perfect.
You can definitely tell, So I was actually reminiscing a little bit after the pay-per-view. I was just kind of digging through the TNA app on the TV in the back here, and I was just like, I wonder if like the shows I did for them are on there, like the old multiverse show.
Apparently now available on Samsung Smart TVs, which I'm hyped about. Because,
there you go.
Yeah, for I could not find it forever, and it was dumb, and I hated it.
Well, they redid it because they had one, and then they all went to YouTube, and now it's on this again.
Yeah, but even the old one I still couldn't find on the like. It's just it was always, but no, they fixed that.
If you go in there, first, if you look at I think it's maybe second, because I think the first multiverse was with Lucha Underground, so this is the one with the New Japan and everything. When I think it was officially New Japan, it's just like it was a lot of stuff, but it was the one from the Dallas WrestleMania Dallas at WrestleCon, and that's the one I directed. And then the Twitch specials I did in Dayton with Rockstar Pro were in there. If you look you have to go look for the Twitch specials. You gotta go down and scroll.
Is that the one where Crash
ones.
almost died?
I can't recall.
Pretty close. He almost brained himself on that dive. I think that.
I don't know. I don't know if Crash was on that or not. So I'd have to look back. There's a lot of like people that were not big then that became at that, because it was like 2019. We did the one at Rockstar's facility, and then we did one at the convention center because I think they were between facilities at the time. So, but it was interesting reminiscing, because I look back to those Twitch specials I did for them. I had no business streaming wrestling at that point, and I'm still astonished we pulled off what we did with those shows. So I mean, they look like an indie show. Like they look very, very indie show. There are these cameras. These are the old Vixias that we used to run with IWC and stuff. Like these things don't even. These like are, they're decent cameras, but they're not something you should be shooting TNA wrestling on, right? And like, what I had to do to get them working was ridiculous back in the day, and it's shocking that those shows mostly went off without a hitch. Basically, the computer I was using for graphics could have died at any moment.
Okay, here's where we have fun.
Okay.
Do you have more issues on Thursdays than you did running those Twitch specials with the in theory, worse equipment?
I don't want to say as many issues. I can tell you we were closer to disaster.
Fair.
I think that's a difference. There's a number of issues that come up in every shoot. Oh, this isn't working. Okay, this got weird. Like hard stuff happens with hardware. The trick is not letting anybody know there's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And in those, I think we were pretty decent about not letting people know there were problems. The biggest things I learned from those was first when Josh Matthews and Scott D'Amore look at me and say, "What do you mean there's no microphone on the headset?" Because we weren't doing that. We were using table mics at the time. And I was like, okay, that's something I got to get, that's kind of the next. And also I was like understanding the next level to move up to. And I had something else that I learned. So, but yeah, I mean, that was the biggest thing there was like they're used to a certain level, and then they're coming down and hanging out at an indie show, and it's like, well, this is what I have, guys. So, it is what it is. Either way, that's not here nor there. And I think the train's honking at something. Anyways, sorry, that sound's messing with me. I don't even know if anybody can hear it out there. So
I don't hear anything.
No, it's just the buzzing in my head apparently. So we did see the TNA and Slammiversary, and maybe you guys saw clips or anything. It was an interesting night. The biggest attendance, they were up in UBC Arena, where the New York Islanders play, actually. And they beat their old, I think it was a 2013 down at the Alamo Dome. The 2013 7,000 something. So they were like 7,600 this time. So that was a new record, and it looked like a big show, and it felt big, and it really, and it's in. Also, they're in an arena where it didn't seem like they cordoned off. Like I think Eamon said he might have been there at the Alamo Dome show and said that they used a sixth of the Alamo Dome basically to do this.
The Alamo Dome.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
That's where I think Rumble was.
97.
Yeah.
San Antonio, yeah.
And I think they had one recently there too, back.
Probably.
Because they were talking about the history and everything, right? So and that came up when I was doing the kind of touch and base on that. So it was a good show, I think, for the most part. I don't understand the Enzo match at the beginning, but
Because Enzo. So
it was Enzo. It was like what was the promo was longer than the match. So good for Josh Bishop for getting on TV. We're going to see him at Neo Pro here on Friday on IndyWrestling.us. And again, generally, it was a really good show. Cedric Alexander and Muhammad Ali was tremendous.
That lumbar check was crazy.
Muhammad Ali. Wait. Mustafa Ali?
Mustafa Ali, what'd I say?
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, close enough. Mustafa Ali, the women's match was decent. Amazed that JC Jane has both the belts now. And Trick Williams with a weird injury thing. The only thing is that main event feels like a miss to me. Not the result, but the match itself. It felt like not much happened to it. And there was such pomp and circumstance. You had the Harlem Choir singing out Trick. You had somebody singing out Mike Santana from the crowd. It was a big event feel. And then the main event they turned in with the injury angle with Trick and the flash pin felt very light for a pay-per-view to me, right? I felt like I didn't get enough match in the end out of that for how much we've been putting this over.
But you got a story though.
I got a story. We're like also understand we have Bound for Glory here in a couple months too. So presumably we're going to be rolling to that. And also this does tell you about like how long of a story this TNA WWE thing's going to be, because obviously there's going to be more to it, but it is pretty wild to have your Slammiversary, and WWE's kind of running away with everything right now.
I plead the fifth. I still like to work for the company.
Yes, okay.
I know.
And that's
we literally know how this goes. I will not sorry. So no gotcha clips here.
No. We're not doing that. But it is interesting. Obviously I'm not saying that it's a detriment that it ended up this way, but it is really interesting to see that, this tells me there's a long tail storyline and not just we build up the Slammiversary to just kind of boom doing all this stuff and then yay TNA wins. Presumably now we have Bound for Glory, which is their relatively their WrestleMania of the year. So this tells me that there's a longer story to be had. Go ahead.
I also think you have the ability now to kind of tie in, because I know for the SummerSlam weekend, there's stuff NXT's probably going to do.
Right, exactly.
So they're going to tie in an NXT TNA storyline. Why not do it at SummerSlam?
And that's a difference now with TNA now, because you're like, oh, well, we're going to have all these
is a weird thing.
We're going to have all these TNA Plus specials and everything that are pretty non-consequential typically, and you do have, as you were saying, into crunching.
Crunch.
By the way, Slice on Broadway providing that crunch-tastic sound.
You should put the logo right there, Sorg.
Yeah, right over them. No, we're going to do that ad later like we usually do.
Okay.
Either way, why is there still a WWE Network even button on here? Because I don't think it exists anywhere.
Does it still work?
It goes to the thing where it's like, hey, no, you got to go to Peacock, pal, kind of situation. It was like, okay.
Sorry, buddy.
No, not entirely for Raw, but guys. Okay, sure, whatever.
I still miss the network.
As a concept, yes.
I miss. I gave it. I was smart. I gave them 3 weeks to figure it out. After that, I never had any issues ever.
No, exactly. So I don't. Wait, do they even have a show announced for SummerSlam weekend? I don't see anything. They still have Great America Bash. We're a week and a half out, guys.
Oh,
like
maybe they don't have. Maybe they don't have a show.
That seems strange that they don't. I think they might have something like mid. Like I feel like they might have done something later in the month.
Sorg, don't overthink it. Where was the event on Saturday or Sunday? Where was it?
Long Island.
Where is SummerSlam?
In New Jersey.
We
okay.
don't. Yeah. Why? You have to.
And to update. So WWE Heatwave is going to be in Lowell, Massachusetts. Interestingly, that's in the same place.
It's like 2 or 3 hours away, right?
That's in the same place that.
That's all the big NXT shows are at. Yeah.
Yeah, but Bound for Glory is going to be in the same place, I think. Probably not this. This is at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. That's where NXT was for a live show a few months ago, and I know Missy's been up there for New Japan shows as well. So it's more of that auditorium kind of feel like we're seeing with AEW these days as well when they go on tour. So that's going to be August 24th is Heatwave. So they are going to separate it. Also, like they do have 2 nights of SummerSlam, so you wonder if they'll maybe stick some NXT people in there somehow.
Yeah, that might be a
So that might be your opportunity. We are getting The Undertaker probably right now as we're recording this on NXT. So if you read the tea leaves on that, or the take your leaves or whatever, that's a lot of kind of opportunity. TNA Wrestling. Let me double check where they're going to have Bound for Glory in October as well. So events and tickets. Let's take.
You're correct.
What's that?
I already looked.
What?
It's in Lowell.
It's in Lowell, but it cannot be in the same arena. I can't imagine that. But if they're going that big, yeah, it's going to be the Songas Center. So it's not the same thing. So hopefully it's probably going to be something comparable. That it's going to be a bigger arena feel.
They've run an older paper. They ran another pay-per-view there in the past. I
Sure.
forget which one. I know they have. I remember that. Or maybe I forget. Or maybe Ring of Honor did too. I forget.
I wonder what it's going to compare to Slammiversary if this is kind of their bigger one, right? So, like, what is that going to look like? Is it going to be it's a very arena from what I'm looking at here. It is. I don't see any big teams that play it. It's at the UMass Lowell. So that's a university thing. So think of where I can't remember what the center was, where AEW was running in Philadelphia, and they did a Ring of Honor, the WrestleMania weekend in Philadelphia last year. So, but yeah, they're gonna make that pretty good. Here's T-Pops in the chat room says, I don't understand why TNA wouldn't put the belt on Mike Santana when Slammiversary was the biggest show TNA has done in years and is basically in Mike Santana's hometown. Well, you just attracted a bunch more eyeballs because you brought back AJ Styles and you have all these WWE people, and you were promoting TNA Slammiversary so hard on WWE NXT television. I think, like, you say, hey, this should be the wrap-up, Santana gets it. I think you get the story and you bring him along till Bound for Glory. I think that's the booking. It was surprising. My criticism is that I felt like there should have been more opportunity for us to think somebody else was going to win there on Sunday night. And that's what I think where the match kind of missed. And maybe something happened and became shorter for a legitimate reason or something.
Like if he was actually hurt and they sped it up to like he said, okay, I'm not actually that hurt.
Yeah.
But he can go out and do the finish.
Well, so it was a possum hurt injury for one thing. So
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I disappeared for 5 minutes. These guys had a baller match in there. Oh my God, we're definitely getting a new champion, and then he slipped in. It was literally like a minute, and it was like it kind of had us like that. It looked like an injury. It fooled all of us that work in wrestling in a room.
But still, they've done that. They've done that how many times where the guy gets like injured? Oh, my knee. Oh, rolls him up, does jumping jacks. Like
and that's basically what we had.
Really that new of a concept.
But respect for the Booker T look on Trick Williams on that walkout, right? That was pretty nice. The old main event mafia crazy Booker T era. So either way, we'll talk more about this, but in the meantime, I want to give a shout out to everybody who does support the show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Our post shows and everything like that, including the Patreon feed. Yeah, if you stuck around, we were talking to a founder for a holographic table on AwesomeCast and how he became a Bills fan because he worked out with somebody who became important there in the Bills. And what are you doing? Have you just discovered the lizard over there? That's our comfort lizard.
Well, I just discovered Mr. Iguana, so now you've created a monster. Have fun.
Well, there you go. We'll have a special. You're going to interview the iguana. The lizard is going to interview you on Patreon, perhaps, when we do this. But thank you, everybody that does support the show at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! woo. The lizard needs the woo. The lizard needs the woo. Woo. Thank you. As
that
well
works.
as Team Ham of Fist, Tupac family, Bubba Brewer of the Triple B podcast, and Jason French. At the Pop Club level, Dave Prop Pop Bonner, Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid, Trio Prince of Pro. At the Poppy Club level, or Pizza Club level, The Riz. And at the manager level, Bradley.
Bam.
There you go. You guys support the show too at patreon.com/wrestling mayhem.
Can I bring up what I did with Bradley
What did you
on
do with
Friday?
Bradley on Friday?
Saturday?
Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay. Fill us
Whatever
in.
show that was. After the 880 show, by the way, the MV's Big Gas Barbecue, I realized I had something in my car.
Mm-hmm.
I had been sitting in my car for the past 2 years. I even told him, I was like, I have this present in my car. I have this present I wanted to give to you. It's specifically for you. You got to have this 2 years ago. And then I forgot about it, and some other issues happened. We kind of
Life happens.
didn't cross really paths really too much.
You're feuding with
and-
Bradley. We know.
Yeah, because this. But on Saturday, I did provide him his gift, and it was it was an activity book, and I noticed that he had during that time he had a calendar of the same type, and that activity book was in fact Butts on Things.
Butts on Things and fun for all ages. There you go.
This was I think a TikTok star that all he did was all that Brian Cook did was draw butts on things, as it says. Just the butt, I think he called it a butt a day, and every day he drew a different butt.
And you turn into an activity book.
Yeah, so they turned into an activity book where you can now color in butts. And I also gave him stickers of Butts on Things. He was very
love it.
appreciative of it. Do not listen to him whenever he posts this.
Okay.
And says,
okay.
no, that's not right. It's
Yeah.
not right. I don't like it. Blah, blah, blah. You know Bradley. He secretly likes the Butts on Things. Everybody send Bradley butts.
Send Bradley butts.
Right now, Senor
right now.
Iguana has been petitioning very hard to become the inaugural Bradley Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, he's very, very adamant. He won't shut up about it. I might have to actually call security in a second, Sorg. I don't know.
Okay, he's very.
Senor Iguana is very animated.
Looks very interested in that.
Look at him.
He hasn't returned my calls.
The Iguana or Bradley?
Bradley.
Well, Riz, that's because I've already stuffed the box to become the inaugural commissioner.
There we go.
I
It's just like the city paper voting. By the way, getting the city paper voting, best athlete, MV Young is listed there. Is it best commentator, sports personality commentator?
Personality. I
Toddy
think.
Tundera's on there as well. So please get in there. City paper, Pittsburgh City paper, and there's way too much stuff in there to vote for. To be honest, just go into sports, look for our wrestler friends.
Where are we at,
vote
Sorg?
them. Oh, we're not there. We never get involved in that. I don't. To my awareness, we're not there, and I don't. It's a whole thing. I'm sure if I really wanted to, we could push for it, but I don't know. We'll see. But
Also, I want to point out the first thing I see when I come up to the city paper website are soup dumplings.
Ooh,
I kind of eat
soup
all of them now.
dumplings. Oh, soup dumplings. Look at that.
Mhm.
So, anyways,
I've been on the cover of the city paper.
oh, you have for the Enjoy Wrestling cover, right?
I was, yes.
I was featured in the city paper
It was very cool.
back in the day for being a juggalo.
Ah.
Yes.
We can come back to that. That happened last week.
What?
That happened last weekend.
Juggalo. Oh, you did juggalo
Yes,
things.
I was at Showcase Showdown.
Yes. Was that really what they called it? Showcase Showdown?
Well, it was a JCW versus GCW.
was
so
there a Plinko board? Because
No.
No? Well, there can
No.
be. It's at Costco.
It should be.
Swemba sends me a message every time he sees it.
I was at the
Costco.
Majestic. It was great.
Oh, I heard. I know Frio was sending me some pictures from there and everything. So I have Sharpie.
Also, Giant Eagle is selling like bubblegum Fago, by the way.
Ooh, okay. I think I saw.
Wanna point that out there?
It's been getting around. So let's talk about what's going on going into, of course, SummerSlam's next week. The first 2-night SummerSlam. First of all, what is our vibe a week and a half out for a 2-night SummerSlam? I'm not worried about them filling the time, but, we're getting a second weekend of 2-night festivities. Is 2 nights in the middle of August too much SummerSlam for you?
No.
No?
No.
No.
They book 5 matches a night. No.
They were going to have like an NXT that weekend anyways originally, probably.
They don't. If they were booking like 8 or 9 match cards, yes, it's too much. But they're not doing that.
No. We can double. I don't know what they're splitting the nights for right now.
I imagine probably 6 and 6, if any more than that, right?
Yeah, that's basically what they were doing for Mania at this point. We made 6 or 7 per night. Like it was nice. Nothing. I've been to the last 4 years of WrestleMania, and almost never have they felt too long, except for the day that I only had an hour of sleep. But I was also working a lot of stuff that weekend. So I mean, we in the matches they have, we got CM Punk and Gunther. We got, of course, the street fight with Cena and Cody. Like, this is some high mark stuff. You got Io, Rhea, and Naomi for that championship. Even Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill is going to be an okay match. A steel cage with Sikoa and Fatu, and the women's championship. That's what's that? 4, 5, 6 matches announced. So okay, well, we have 1 night of content already taken care of, and we
3
have
and 3, Sorg. 3 and 3.
3 and 3. All right, that's there
Let's
you
do
go.
it. Let's do it.
That's why that ticket is so much cheaper this time around, right? So, but yeah, I think it's going to be fine. There's a new tradition, and if they can, they will. So they're going to do fine. Are they going to fill it both nights? They don't fill the stadiums both nights.
Well, let's look at the alternative. Mm-hmm. The alternative was a 7-hour AEW pay-per-view last week?
Yeah, but there's been a lot of commentary on our clips from that over TikTok and YouTube, and somebody had a really good point of a 4-hour show can feel too long. An 8-hour show that entertains me feels just right.
But Sorg, let's be real. If you're hitting a 7-hour time, like, that means you're getting closer to an MMA event.
Sure.
And
but the MMA events are so, like, I've been to MMA. I've produced MMA shows. Obviously not UFC, but still some pretty decent, let's call them independent shows, right? The crowd is not into everything. You're there to, okay, a fight's happening. Oh, I'm not interested in this one. I'm going to the bar. You know what I mean? Like, versus, I feel like when you watch an AEW, I feel like more fans are there for the wrestling in the ring, not to be in an arena experience, to be entertained, a general entertaining that you see at WWE. They're there for the action in the ring, and that they're not the 20-minute promos, right? And I think, that vibe when you're going to, I've now been to 2-3 AEW pay-per-views, and those long 10-match ones with the 0 hour and everything like that, and they don't feel as long in the tooth as they used to be at a typical 3-hour WWE pay-per-view. So I hope there's this lizard thing going on here. I don't know. What is it doing?
I don't know.
He's having a time, Sorg.
He is having a time. So either way, Antoine's also saying SummerSlam is the second biggest event for the WWE. It's quite fitting for the WWE to have 2 days of it. Yeah, if that's where you're going to expand. And they already do this where they have the takeover weekends and with multiple events. So I think this is just, instead of just having more events that weekend, hey, we've done NXT. They do well. They've obviously filled out like the Barclays Center on weekends like that, doing that. They know they can sustain it, especially right now. So why not? And doing it in New York is kind of the perfect place to do it for something like this. So do we know SummerSlam's going to Indianapolis next year? Is that what I think is happening?
I don't know what the details on that deal were. I forget.
It was just like they're going to get an event. I think they're getting
like 3.
They're getting like Rumble, SummerSlam, and a Mania, but they did not tell us when. and we already got 26 is going to be back at Vegas. So, and New Orleans, they're going to go back to New Orleans.
Nope.
Minneapolis is going to get SummerSlam next year, and that's again going to be a 2-day event on August 1st and 2nd. So that has been announced apparently. So there you go. That is that a dome? I'm like, oh no, I have to watch out for rain. We're going to be outside.
Target Field.
Target, U.S. Bank Stadium. It says here. So, and that is a WWE post. Not that things ever change on announcements. That is wild that they had WrestleMania move. It was wild when they had the arena move for WrestleMania 7. They were supposed to be outside for that one, and then they ended up going to the arena. Allegedly because of threats because of the war. Either way, it should be in Pittsburgh. Yes, I think Corey Graves he has outwardly said that on commentary. I think so. And really, we're getting all this infrastructure for the NFL draft right now, including that fancy clock on the North Shore. I can't see if they get the NFL draft city attendance. What does that look like?
A lot.
It's a lot, right? If we have been building up
like
to
I
that,
should take my weekend off now.
Yeah. You don't want to be here for that at all. I'm hoping I'm lucky and I'm on the road anyways. I'm still waiting for my 2026 dates. So, like, you look at the draft. Green Bay saw an estimated 600,000 fans attend a 3-day event, and that is likely roundabout what we're going to get here. Detroit in 2024 has 775,000. So you're going to have over 500,000 to 750,000 people attending this thing in Pittsburgh. If we can support that, we can support a 2-day SummerSlam at Heinz Field, whatever the fuck it's called.
They're going to run out of beer. They're going to run out of pierogies. They're going to run out of fries.
But man, we are going to. Are you ready? This is what I want to happen when SummerSlam happens in this town. I want to have a Pittsburgh-based collective.
You have to book Senor Iguana
Senor Iguana will be there.
Senor Iguana.
Yinza
Senor Iguana
Yinza the Luchador will be here. Yes. Yinza,
Also,
yes.
By the way, I was checking on the nominations. Yinza is up for nomination for best Yinzer.
Best Yinzer? Oh, good. He's not competing against Envy or anything like that. So, that would be tremendous. Please hit up our wrestling friends. Look through it. We should get a guide. Riz, can we put you on that in our research department? Can you tell us who our friends are we need to vote for at some point?
Sure.
All right. Let's put a post in the Wrestling Mayhem Show group.
Going against MV Young, I just want to point out Jalapeno Hannah's in this running.
Who is?
Jalapeno Hannah.
Jalapeno Hannah?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
She has been tearing up the course.
So,
you know the running pierogies?
Who has better cardio, Jalapeno Hannah or MV Young?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
a good point.
Hold on, we need to educate out of towners on this.
This is some vital social media content that must be asked in a poll immediately.
So this is there's the pierogi race, right? At
Thank the
PNC Park.
Milwaukee sausages, everybody.
Yeah.
And amongst them, who's been really tearing it up is
And Randall
Jalapeno
Simon.
Hannah. There you go. And you see a pile of mascot mayhem in her wake. So there you go.
I'll always be a mark for sauerkraut Saul. Doesn't matter.
I get it. I definitely get it. It is
Yes.
definitely the high point of the pirate season right now. So there you go. But anyways, what is? Sorry, I'm reading these tweets and they're getting weird. But
I mean, if you want to nominate somebody for, best Twitch account, we know where to find us. IndyWrestling.us.
I don't think we're on the
See,
ballot though.
You thought I was going to say my name
I thought you were.
at Riz Plays Games, but I'm not. I would have said Riz Plays Games. But if you want to put Riz Plays Games in there, you can. But I'm not telling you to. I'm telling you to go to type in IndyWrestling.us and nominate.
Please, actually, you know what? Is there a write-in on there?
There is a write-in.
Listen, okay, here we go. Mayhem Nation. Go to City Paper. Go to, I think there's a best podcast. I think there's anything that applies to what we do here at the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Please write it in. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Good times at
But
WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
what is happening? What?
These include nominee contact information, email, website, or social handle.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens out there. So, anyways, either way, it is what it is.
Buenos tiempos.
God, with the lizard. Where were we? SummerSlam. No, but I think it's looking good. I think it's going to be a fun time. There's nothing else announced. I'm not even sure if they're doing. Are they doing SmackDown or Raw around that weekend too?
Did we talk about? They did announce one, because isn't the tag match with Jelly Roll?
Oh yeah, that's not on their page. Okay, so we have a few more. We have the I think the tag team championships. We got number one contender. I mentioned that's happening there, or SmackDown before. There's let's see what's happening. SmackDown is happening this Friday in Cleveland. SmackDown's actually happening in Newark.
That makes sense. I mean, that makes sense.
That makes sense. But there's and then
across the river.
And then Raw's going to be in Brooklyn. Typically, when they've done this before, they did those. It used to be the Izod Center, at least when I was there. Is right in the complex right there with where MetLife Stadium is. So, but either way, that's they're still in New York. Obviously, yes, they are still in the general New York, New Jersey area. So that's not that you could spend the weekend up there and do all 4 events. Right, so it's just really interesting that they're doing the late night with Tony Hinchcliffe again in Englewood, New Jersey. So that's all happening. The start time is labeled as 5:30 p.m. I guess they were doing them earlier, weren't they? Was it 6 o'clock start time this year
for
WrestleMania?
I don't remember
that.
It's all a blur.
I know.
And there was a request. Buff Eagle needs to be at Anthrocon.
Sure.
If we could, man, we gotta get that Patreon up.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. Yeah, it'll be the Buff Eagle level on Patreon. That'll be the new one for that. So either way, hey, I mentioned a little bit of Teco. I want to give a shout out to Antoine for Scott, who's in the chat room actually, for hooking us up on that. Again, we had that panel over there on that, and also. Wait, I already did this, but you can check out the video about check out what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to plug the video that we have on our social media where we talk about the ribbon culture at Teco, and also there's a lot more videos from over on Awesome Cast, a lot of cosplay, and the big video there as well, including me and Riz dancing Dance Dance Revolution is on there.
Barely.
Yes. Did you watch the video back, Riz, to see how that came out?
Yes.
You're very busy.
I'm not going to watch this video.
No, because you're all over it.
Yeah.
At least the first half of it.
Yeah.
So there you go. And also shout out to our intern John for helping to shoot a lot of the cosplay stuff on the second day that we were down there. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to check it out. Tina, all right. For Tina, what have you missed? Buff Eagle needs to be at Anthrocon. George has found the support iguana. I'm waiting for you to hold it up. There you go. There it is. And we have opinions about the TNA pay-per-view. So it was generally positive, honestly. I think it was a good night for them. I just feel a little flat in that main event, but I am anticipating what we see coming out of it. So
but again,
see what happens there.
And this is going to sound like a blight on TNA, but what better way to celebrate TNA's resurgence than with a flat main event in a pay-per-view?
Oh no.
Sorry, George.
Oh no. Sorry, everybody. We know at TNA. So, but it was but also still, it is.
According to Sorg.
Okay. I guess I'll take that one. So I have opinions and things I won't say on the air. So
these opinions do not reflect those of all who are in this segment at the moment.
No. No.
And
TNA,
those,
please hire George.
Within those we know in production at TNA and things like that.
If you think what Riz has said is pretty valid, though, Senor Iguana might have some other. He's
really sassy about
a lot of curse words. Actually,
yes, in Iguanese. Referee George Ross, 1 year all over IndyWrestling.us. So much action happening over there, including, of course, 880 Wrestling's big. MV Young's big ass barbecue 4 was this weekend. Nick's Wild, 4. The new 880 champion. Put those 4s up for MV Young. Big barbecue. BBQ.
Big ass
BBQ. It was a fun night there, so go check that out. That's actually out for free over on IndyWrestling.us, YouTube, and over on the network. Also, our friends Neo Pro are having the Triple X stream this show this Friday out there in Canton, Ohio. You might want to keep an eye on the network for an official announcement. Let's just put it that way.
Well, this is the return to the Philly. What was the club called?
I forget, the Diamond Bar or something like that. Yeah.
Like that.
It's a strip club. So allegedly we're going to be outside, but at least in Pittsburgh it's supposed to be a rainy day, so we might be inside. So, but no, this is actually I am going up there. I will say this: I'm going up there to help with some production for them. And you know what happens when I help with production? Usually some people can stream it. So and we're still nailing that down if it's going to be a dress rehearsal or if we're actually going to put it out. So also there's concerns that because it's at a strip club, and to me I'm like, listen, it's my platform, and Tyler Klein's ass was all over YouTube for free last week, so let's do this. It's kind of my take. Maybe the guys are listening. I haven't told them in the chat. Let's do this. But we're learning how to vibe with that stuff, and I'm looking forward to working with that crew up there. I think they've been doing some pretty interesting shows and got some interesting. Jessica Halvick's going to be on that show, for instance. Josh Bishop's going to be on that show. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun looking at the card and what they have in store for everybody this Friday out there in Canton, Ohio. Also, I want to figure out where is Canton, Ohio, as part of this process.
It's in Ohio.
I just hope they have cell service, or else it's going to be very awkward. Because I know they're one venue.
Stark County, Ohio.
Stark County, Ohio? Is that where it's at?
It's the county seat.
Oh.
Because Akron's Summit.
Why, you know so much Ohio. You do a lot of Ohio shows, don't you?
I literally do a job that like half of it is geography, Sorg. I should know this stuff.
Mm-hmm. I worked with somebody from Mega on Saturday, was it? Where was it? Maybe it was Thursday. We had a random referee in because George had better things to do in Detroit. George, what have you been up to lately?
I booked my friend Mike from the Pile Driver podcast. He's not a random. Yeah, and Mike is a very capable referee from Mega.
Oh, I didn't know he was a fellow caster.
Yes, he's a fellow podcaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did not vibe on the podcasting.
Well, that sucks.
I was more like, do you know what you're doing? If I knew that it was a George recommendation, I would have asked them less questions.
Who do you think books the referees at 880 Wrestling?
I don't know who books anything at 880 Wrestling.
I book the referees.
Nobody tells me anything, like every other promotion I've worked for.
Well, that's your fault, I guess.
Is that my fault? Yeah, that's my
fault.
Some way,
fault. Yeah, that is my
fault.
I'm trying to change that.
If to carry on the conversation, I actually was not at the barbecue since it's such a hot button issue. Senor Iguana can vouch that I had something else going on.
Yes.
But no, I was at the ballpark up in Niles, Ohio, at Eastwood Field.
Oh yeah. I've done that show before.
For Northeast Wrestling, second year in a row. It was just as awesome as last year.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I usually let the wrestlers have the gator, so I do my best Charles Robinson impression, and I jog my way in from the bullpen for my matches, and then I got to do a meet and greet with Matt Riddle for the second year in a row, and you can imagine what we might have talked about.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
George, how's your cardio?
My cardio's fine. I did a 30-minute Ironman match, pretty much cold last month, just fine, and we opened the show with it. So do not question my cardio.
I'm not. I'm questioning, but I'm not questioning. I'm
Senor Iguana will defend my honor for me. This is ridiculous. All right.
Okay. Sure.
Just because I didn't have to kill myself last weekend.
I was not doubting your cardio. I'm making you a point. I'm giving you an opening to tell people how important cardio is to being a referee.
Cardio is very important.
There you go.
The bar show on Friday was a little more labor intensive. I ended up doing 6 of the 9 matches.
Okay.
There. because the other kid was his first. I'm pretty sure it was his first show ever reffing. So his name's Connor. His dad's also another podcaster up in Michigan. He does some commentary. His name's Danny Beals.
Should I be getting? Listen, I don't know the podcasters out there.
Well,
okay, the other.
How else are
wrestling
you supposed to
podcasters.
get over to a new area when you're not from the area?
That is true too. So I mean, but wait, I don't think that's anything I have to worry about too much. But should I be should we be connecting with the other wrestling podcasters out there, George? Is that? I think that's my question.
I mean, that's kind of on you. I don't have.
I don't know what I'm
I don't have a
missing.
podcast.
You don't have a podcast because you're on everybody else's podcast.
I'm on like yours once every 3 months. That's the extent of my podcasting.
Yes.
Essentially.
Well, okay.
And like Wrestle Roni that one.
Really?
time.
Wrestle Roni that one time?
Yeah.
Like nobody else is in. Guys, book referee George Ross.
I'll do any podcast.
Yes.
But no, this is the hometown of podcasts for me.
There you
guess
go.
would be
I
right
appreciate
here,
that. I do appreciate that. With Hank the support iguana.
His name's Hank?
Yeah, I remembered what we named it now because we took it on a trip to Maryland with us.
No, he's Senor Iguana now. I just changed his name.
Okay, for tonight. I guess it was at Michigan we sent it. I don't know. Whichever case. There you go. I don't know. You're really digging the iguana. I appreciate that. So you had you've been doing, of course, we talked about JCW last time you were here, and you did the big you call it showcase show.
Yeah, so so essentially what it served to be essentially like, they're gearing up. The gathering this year is going to be a 2-day. They're billing it as the 2-day war. It's going to finally culminate and blow off the ongoing war between Game Changer Wrestling and Juggalo Championship Wrestling that's been going on since at least before April. I had been gone for I hadn't been doing. I missed Juggalo weekend. I missed some tours. I ended up coming back in April when I ended up right smack dab in the middle of it. But yeah, no. I ended up doing 3 matches, and yeah, the main event was insane. Matt Tremont. If you've seen socials, Matt Tremont, pulled off a humongous one. And
excellent.
Yeah, now the GCW controls the JCW heavyweight title.
Is it weird that GCW is taking on JCW when they are also a part of, from my understanding, JCW in Jersey Championship Wrestling?
Not really.
Aren't they? I thought they were kind of the same.
I don't think it's that weird.
No? Okay.
No.
Always bugged me. But
oh yes, one of the matches will forever be one of my favorites. We all remember the famous Plants vs. Zombies video game, correct?
Yes.
What if I told you that there were clowns versus zombies on Thursday?
Listen, I've been to the gathering. This actually isn't surprising at all.
But no, we ran, and I don't know if it was for the belts, I forget, but it was Brothers of Funstruction versus The Outbreak. And it was everything you could want. It was amazing. Took
the title. So Matt Tremont took the JCW title from Madman Pondo?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
They have set up the main event of day 2.
Okay.
They are we're going back in the time machine. 90s Japan. Exploding ropes, barbed wire for the belt between Tremont and Pondo.
I am so sad I'm booked that Friday. So sad I'm booked that Friday.
I have to actually probably have a conversation about that Friday now.
Oh no, we're both having a conversation.
Oh no, Senor Iguana is going to become my new booking agent. He'll handle it for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm still trying to have a meeting about that.
All
Friday,
news sounds softer through the mouth of a support iguana. Who knew?
Well, when that thing pops up on a Zoom call, it kind of takes everybody off a little bit.
I don't know.
So
I feel like the iguana puppet makes me softer, Sorg. It adds a new layer to my exterior.
You're so hardcore too. So
I know.
But hey, can we talk about a match? I know you got crazy matches going on all the time, but I want to talk about one that really kind of surprised me over the last couple of weeks. And it was a
Did I ref it? Is that a?
I believe you did because I see it on here. It was the Psychedelic Dreams match.
Oh yes.
That involved a shark. Maybe we all saw the shark. We're not entirely sure. So
the colors were very.
I don't
bright
see a shark right there.
The colors were very bright during that match.
Oh, they were. Yeah, no, because everybody had to be high, or at least take the stuff.
Everybody except that rat bastard Clayton King.
Fucking Clayton King. So there was a shark involved. There was there's a cutter on the shark. So
that poor shark, found its way right onto the endangered species list.
Yeah, exactly. So
or what might have been a shark, we still don't know.
So that was Thursday Night Fights, and it was incredible. I didn't think anything could beat the
Pillow fight?
lumberjack pillow fight that ended up with just feathers everywhere.
And to this day, this one might be, have to be one of the 880 unreleased, on one of the unreleased compilations. But to this day, I'll still put up there that the random ass match Joe Murphy had with Banana at Happy Hour during one of the first few weeks we ever taped was still one of the best things we ever did.
Really?
Unironically, yes.
Now that is, I presume that's going to be on. Is that probably on their Patreon?
I have
would
no
imagine?
idea. They bumped the ref 30 seconds in.
What the hell?
and it's amazing. Don't worry about it.
Are you a part? Are you?
I am
are
not.
You the,
I am
are
actually
you the bumpy.
I am not.
Okay.
I am not at all. That's half of why I love this match so much. I think somebody actually does a double axe handle off a ladder.
I
generally think so.
I'm trying to see if they have a listing.
This match had way too much fun. This match was way too much fun.
Okay.
And all I did was watch it. I didn't even freaking ref it, man. Like I was just watching.
You can say George, you can say the fuck word. It's fine.
Shut up. I have 2 nephews now. I need to start to censor myself.
Not on this fucking show. So if you're interested, they're doing the happy hour.
Senor Iguana's ears are bleeding because you swore. How could you do that to the poor guy?
That thing survived the.
Is he possessed by Danhausen?
No.
Mm.
No.
George, what else is going on that we need to talk about in your world? What else have you been doing since you've been 3 months ago when you were here?
Was it April?
Maybe.
I mean, lots happened since Las Vegas.
Okay.
I mean,
my God.
My birthday. I mean, I spent my birthday reffing for an English promotion running in Las Vegas, and one of the matches had an NXT guy in it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't know how that worked out. But yeah, no, like it's been about as busy as you can think.
Mm-hmm. I know to look out for social media when I don't see you at a show, since you work most of the ones I do.
Although the nice thing is now is like I'm realizing that I can just even shows like I'm not necessarily doing matches on, I can still like take clips
if you want.
So, yeah, but no, things have been good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think right now. Still working on working on the gathering, waiting on that. Tournament Death is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That'll for the second year in a row, that'll be huge.
Okay.
Doing a lot of Michigan stuff. Go ahead.
What is while we're talking about that, and I'm sure we've asked a version of this, but I feel like there's an update to it if we have before. What is the craziest thing you have witnessed doing deathmatch wrestling thus far?
Craziest thing?
Yeah, craziest, maybe even scariest.
I mean, personally, like, I don't even know why, but I saw a gusset plate teddy bear.
Okay.
I took the teddy bear.
You took the teddy bear.
It now sits on
my teddy bear?
Yes, it sits in my recliner in the living room.
Oh, I thought no, you stole the teddy bear. I thought I meant you took.
It was fans bring the weapons.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I still think it was insane when Schlack asked me.
Fan brought that?
I mean,
oh, dude, you should see some of the stuff they used to bring the RWA.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm aware of.
No, sir. Like the guy moping out. The guy.
IWC.
Yeah, the guy moping outside West Newton Gymnasium because he wouldn't let him bring the sword in.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember the pumpkin with the thumbtacks.
Oh yeah, that was an IWC one. Yeah. A lot of Guitar Hero guitars, things like that.
I mean, I've been taken out in a death match before, so like that was probably one of the.
We had a distinction here: the GCW Tournament of Death or the CZW one.
CZW Tournament.
Okay. Just for clarification.
Yes, Combat Zone Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
The official.
That
one.
does remind me that I need to actually contact somebody about a show that's going on the night before that, so I can try to secure.
I'm glad we can help you with your booking ideas here.
Well, no, it's just I haven't followed up for a minute. It was this weeks ago.
Well, also, I love your Instagram because it's just random stuff is on there. Here's just Beast Man with an alien, with a tie-dye alien, for reasons.
Hashtag Prometheus and Bob.
Fantastic. The one in
Such a good
Delaware.
show.
Cool. Riz, do you have any questions for George and his deathmatch adventures?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of one, but nope.
I mean, we've been doing a lot of it's been a lot tamer lately. Don't get me wrong. That all changed on Friday. That changed on Friday. I promise. Allegedly, now I have no idea. I don't keep track of this type of shit. I just go by what is being billed. We are allegedly going to be making history for the first time ever at Horror Slam on Friday.
Okay.
The first time ever in history that 50 panes of glass will be used in a match. 50.
That seems.
50.
Has anybody called Guinness on this?
I don't know. All I know is I'll probably be in there. It's Tommy Trainwreck versus John Wayne Murdoch.
That seems like the right names for a show.
Is it real? Is it real glass?
It will probably all be like. I mean, it is real, yeah, but I'm assuming it will be tempered. If that is what we're like.
Okay.
That is the key distinction. Okay, useless Bubby fact of the day.
Okay.
Any glass that you see, chances are if somebody gets fucked up by it, that means that the glass was not tempered. Typically, you'll be able to know if glass is tempered because it'll have like some kind of an identifying mark or a sticker or something in one of the bottom corners of it. Because typically
tell that to Jack Perry.
Because typically that's like the mark of like who made, where it came from. Do you know what I mean? Like who made it? That's
I mean, that means it's going to. Usually, when you see them kind of pop and explode, that's
tempered
that
glass.
because you get like the bits instead of the big glass shards that are the dangerous thing, right?
I'm hoping that the screen door I've been saving on my porch since last summer is tempered because I just found out that the show on Sunday is canceled. I have to get rid of this thing. I literally cleaned off my porch and.
Are you going through it?
No, the fuck I am. You guys are nuts. This was probably for one of J.J. Allen's guys in POR to go through because those guys go through everything.
We have a question from the chat room from Tina in Seattle. Over under on someone getting set on fire or diving off a ring truck.
At the Gathering or Tournament of Death?
I presume Tournament of Death. Oh, it could. Well, yeah.
Okay, so now to clarify, that was it was A, getting set on fire, or B, jumping off something.
Yeah, I mean that's like
she
every
didn't
other
specify.
What do I tell you? Well, what do you do in the finish of last year's tournament involved both in the same time? Well, no, like the finish of last year's Tournament of Death. Spoiler alert. It was Judge Joe Dredd, Mickey Knuckles.
Damn it, I haven't gotten to it yet.
Well, essentially, they ended up climbing all the way up a scaffold and went through a gigantic, like, light tube cabin contraption that was, so they jumped from probably 15 to 20 feet in the air, and when they landed, it exploded. Not just light tube exploding, like fire exploding. So, yeah, that's actually on my Instagram, too, if you can find it. But, yes, quite literally, who knows what we'll see. Probably both.
Interesting. Well, big botch.
Okay,
go ahead, Brice.
I got a question for you. I got one. For somebody who isn't really into deathmatch wrestling, can you do the Mount Rushmore of deathmatch wrestlers?
No, heck, that's a lot. Okay,
or an introductory match / tournament.
Yeah, or that. Yeah.
Oh, the introductory one would probably have to be the one from Japan in '95. The one with Foley and Funk.
The exploding ring.
Stranglemania. Yeah. Okay, yeah, got it.
No, that's not Stranglemania. The one from Japan.
Well, that's on Stranglemania, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, like the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
show.
That's like the show. Yeah.
The show. Okay,
that's
so
like
track down the original
that's
show.
That's like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Or
worst case, Stranglemania.
That or Okay, honestly, like I had even like I don't know why. Like, don't get me wrong. I came to Deathmatch super late, so there's still a lot of stuff I'm still just finding out on my own too. But like that Megumi Kudo Combat Toyota. That is still to like I could watch out and like
And those were the innovators of doing that.
Yeah.
Like that's where I think ECW was bringing over some of that when they were doing the stuff here, right? So like that's the innovators of say innovators of violence, but yes, they are pretty much.
Say I mean, if we're gonna say like a quote unquote Mount Rushmore, probably Onita. No goodness.
Well, you pop.
I don't even know. Like I don't think I would even want to. I don't want to leave anybody off. I mean, heck, there's so many.
Who is the next break?
Cactus.
Cactus, yeah.
This is where we're gonna stop because
okay.
I just don't know.
All right, where you? Oh man, too controversial for referee George.
Yeah.
From the chat, Toddy's asking, who is the next breakout deathmatch talent in 2026?
Lil Sicko.
What?
Lil Sicko.
Lil Sicko?
He's already kind of coming up right now.
I somehow heard that name before.
Okay, so I probably me talking about him.
Probably.
Essentially, the match that so Sicko's been having a series of matches.
The Ringmaster?
Yes. Now just do me a favor. Just get past the IWA Deep South thing, okay?
Yeah.
Because I get it. There's that stink about that. But just don't even think about it. You gotta just watch the guy work. I've seen him have a lot of good ones with JJ Allen. I've seen him have honestly, like, the match that made him was the one with Murdoch from the Death Wish Cup in Berwyn in March 31st. Phenomenal match. I mean, and even before that, he actually beat Chuck Stein in the opener. But no, in the first round. But no, like, he's wrestling Akira coming up. I think that's for WLW. But no, like, Sicko's about to blow up.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna know who. Like, if you don't, like, just like, that's the thing. Like, he can actually work. It's not just like my first time I saw him work. It was XPW, and he did a somersault gainer off of the second floor balcony through Hardcore Hillbilly through two tables. It was awesome.
From the chat room, a lot going on here, but oh god, I should show that clip for that guy. Here, real quick, I'm going to show this clip for you guys on video of him doing a twisty off of with glass to JJ Escobar off of an ambulance. The ambulance is good thing
with
that's
light tubes.
And apparently there's fireworks going off while this is happening too. So either way, from the chat room though, Toddy says that Magnum Kudo versus Combat Toyota he has on VHS.
No, so LaMotta actually put that. Like, so periodically, one of the benefits of knowing Jim LaMotta, LaMotta is about as chronically online as a lot of us. But like, he still does those like old school compilations where he'll like just put together a random like disc for you, and he'll just like. And if you see him at a show, he'll be like, "Hey, I downloaded this for you," and then like, and he just gives you.
Gave you a mixtape?
Yeah, he still gives out random wrestling mixtapes, and it's awesome. Like, he gave me like a random Torimon show I got to check out still from like 2006 or something. It was the back of it was like the other half of something I wanted. But yeah, like, Jim always gives me cool stuff.
Love it.
I think that was the other half, like, 'cause he burned the CZW 26th anniversary show for me. If you haven't watched that one, Marcus Mather's Rich Swann was amazing.
Also from the chat, Tina says Zandig, Draymond, Havoc, Nick Mondo are good mentions. I think that's her Rushmore.
The one
recent Rushmore, at least.
Yeah, I feel like Necro has to be somewhere in the conversation. Political opinions.
You gotta put political aside in this. You know, it's you're just in a different world at this point.
Yeah, but like I mean,
like, you know what you're getting into, you know, for this side. But other ways, yeah. So yeah, no, he's definitely he's one of the. He's another guy that kind of popularized this stuff around that era, at least like the Smart Mark video era, right?
Oh yeah.
So, and it was always a pleasure when he came to the town here. We had some great moments at IWC checking it out. So either way, so just double checking in here and see if there's anything else. We're going to go to a quick break here. And speaking of hardcore, you're going to see an ad if you're on the video version for what's coming at Victory Championship Wrestling and the No Rope by Wire match. And then we'll be back. More George Rosh, and we're going to find out who people think Spray Lane's dad is right after this. Back, and I want to see we're talking about, because I'm seeing the headlines. Undertaker was on NXT tonight and stuff with Trick Williams. I'm just like we're kind of joking, like Undertaker becomes TNA champion. I want something where Trick Williams does lose the belt, but it's some like mid-level NXT guy or something. So that's a story right there, right? Hank the Support Iguana, Senor Hank, Senor Hank. Gotta do Senor Hank. Meet halfway, halfway across the border.
All right, fine.
Anyways, there was some controversy, some speculations that were happening over this weekend in the world of Mayhem. There was a video that was posted across social medias over at IndyWrestling.us of an old clip that came up. We cycle things every once in a while because like new eyeballs and everything like that, algorithms, and sometimes things are going to pop later. So we kind of, smart strategies of recycling content. Hence, and speaking of which, follow at Big Match Bubby on Instagram, of course, right?
Yes.
But anyways, there's this incident from ages ago. It was actually I think it's the only match that we have captured. The only match I think she did at Rise Wrestling. Thea Hall, Nikita Knight. Thank you. I keep forgetting about that. She did do an AEW spot too, before getting signed. But there's a post-match Raylan attacking Bradley.
I thought that was before the match.
This is after the match.
That was after.
This is after Raylan lost and was getting mad and stuff. Now this was an incident that happened where obviously the part of it was that Bradley had called her dog Star-Lord ugly leading into this. So there's a little bit of retaliation happening there. And also, for some reason, the ringside chairs had wheels. So that was the thing that happened.
Okay, now that we're 4 years past it, I hated that Baldwin venue.
Okay.
There was, I don't know.
It had problems.
I don't know who was responsible for it, but some jagoff or whoever the heck it was who worked for the facility would always manage to, like, block the loading dock or make it, like, ridiculously impossible to move the ring out of that place.
Yeah.
And to top it off, we never drew there.
No.
I think we had one show where we did like 200, and I feel like that was because it was our first show back, coming back from the pandemic. But you know what? Like, I don't care what empty storefront and what mall we're in. It is eminently better than Baldwin.
Yeah. But it was also one of those like, oh, we're almost near the city, which it was. I was excited because it was like a city-adjacent venue that nobody was doing that at. Well, I think Enjoy had started doing it, right, at the time, right? We didn't have 8080, we didn't have this other stuff, and it was like, great, we're going to get some city wrestling. Either way, so this clip is out, and has 13,000 views, by the way, so good job, So I love the comments on here, and the one that I posted in the group was, this is the one that started it off. I don't know if I should show last names on here. Fuck it, it's the internet. You did it first. Nothing in wrestling is random.
Senor Iguana is pro doxing.
Nothing in wrestling is random. He's probably her uncle or dad, and she booked an angle with him. The conspiracy theories are. This was the first one. This is like.
Weird.
The day that it dropped.
So are you telling me that Bradley's last name is Graves?
What?
Well,
Okay, no, that's another line there, and this is before all that. I did respond about the calling the dog ugly, and I love Mark's one, a fan. I'm going to start calling him that. That was probably her dad. Oh, I'll leave. Like there's definitely, and over on Instagram, there's even more. I just love everybody's like, oh, that's like her dad.
Then
that
what's
she was
Bradley to
with.
this?
What's that?
What's Bradley to him?
Obviously, a brother.
Brother.
Yes, brother DD Vice and brother Bradley kind of thing. So, while I always say that Bradley should be, I've always said that Bradley should be, you want Bradley at your show was always my thing. Because
especially when you have a very high chair.
Yeah.
And you stick him in the front row.
Back in an elevated chair at 880 on Saturday night. So you just see Bradley the whole time. Which is great because he emotes a lot. But no, I've seen shows. I don't know if it was a Rise or whatever, but it's one of those like, remember for a time, like I could tell when the main event weren't on the show because there was nobody on the show to get the crowd hyped at intermission. Because they're always at their table hyping everything up and making noise and everything, right? You come out and it's like super quiet. It was like, okay, main event's not here. Which tells me nobody else is doing their fucking job, by the way, as a wrestler. That they're not getting people hyped up at the show. But then there's shows where Bradley's not at the show and the crowd is quieter. Because nobody's starting anything, right? Nobody knows. Everybody else sits on their hands. And you need an instigator of sorts. There's natural ones that happen, but some shows just don't have it. And Bradley's one of them that does. So this is me giving props to Bradley for that kind of thing. And the wrestlers have fun with them. And there's some fun things that incidentally happen. And honestly, I'd say 95% of it isn't planned. Actually, I think about 99% of it isn't planned. I don't think there is a plan when it comes to Bradley. So, but appreciating that. True Prince is saying, I remember the Baldwin venue made Rise cancel a show like a week before a show. I remember that because of building maintenance. Yeah, that was they were going to do Ziggy versus Edric at that one. So, shitty venues are all around, unfortunately. So, I think same thing at the VCW. I think something happened where
their air conditioner.
There's the air conditioner. What kept being broken? You see the video where he's like, "Look at all the units that are here now." So
yeah, there's I think West pointed out 6 or 8.
Yeah, there's like 8 of them in there. So like those wall units or whatever, not the like the big wall units like you see in like the in a hotel or something. So and I love they put like a bunch of them in. I was like, oh, that's a solution at least. So
start.
they're not going to put an entire HVAC system in this old
Why not?
1930s high school that
High school
isn't
slash gym
a
slash
high school
police office.
Yeah, where the police are. Now
Slash somehow church.
Is it a church? Is there a church in there?
Or Catholic? Maybe it was a Catholic school.
I just love the time where
it was a parochial school that was owned by the diocese.
Oh, okay. So it's it's former like religious school, private school kind of situation, right? So I just love when I asked for the Wi-Fi password for the first time, and a uniformed officer came out to help me with it. I'm like, oh, okay. Tax dollars at work, I suppose. So either way.
Better than the guy who forgot the password to his own frickin' iPad. Yeah, it's not you, I promise.
Yeah, I don't think it's me. I don't know what we're talking
Worst
about.
Worst frickin' sound guy we ever had.
Oh, is that?
That
we're gonna leave it alone.
That's not the guy that left.
I'm not gonna.
You started it.
I ain't saying
any names.
This. I'm not getting us in trouble.
Is he the sound guy that at least stuck around the whole show?
Oh no, this isn't that guy. This is different. This isn't that guy at all. This is just a whole nother thing. Yeah.
I love you're just like waving and still have the lizard on your hand.
Mr. Iguana,
I think you forgot
Senor
about
Iguana
it.
is just like, yeah. This guy was a J-bro, and that's all that matters.
What's the shittiest situation you've seen in indie wrestling? Venue wise.
Venue wise?
Yeah, or.
Jeez, oh man.
You've been a lot of interesting places. I know this.
Venue-wise, I mean, okay, I got it. September 2023.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, so...
I do not have months.
I had been booked for an all-women's show, but for some reason, I guess they forgot they had another guy booked, so they unbooked me, so I had to fill the date.
Okay.
You got to love that when you're out of state and that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I did manage to fill the date, but boy, oh boy. I think I got on the show because I drove the booker to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this was supposed to be a humongous, comeback, welcome home show for Congo Kong, because Congo's from Grand Rapids.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, the address on the flyer wasn't where they were having the show. It was the closest thing with an address to where they were going to do it.
Oh no.
So essentially what happens...
I've been to band shows like this.
Senor Iguana, man, you should have been there. So essentially, we find out that the ring isn't going to get there until bell time either.
The fuck?
Exactly. Now, where are they setting the ring up if it's not in this? Because it was a headshot, mind you. Like that was the other good part about it. They're the nicest ladies ever, by the way. So we don't go out the back. We're in an alley. They said, but we're not setting the ring up in the alley either. Because of how this was situated, there were these two other houses that were also owned by the same people who owned the shop. And because they owned the properties around this lot, it essentially made it private property. So they put the ring up in this lot that had it was out through the back alley of this shop, and then they had the two rental houses and mind you, they actually had vendors come too and set things up.
Oh jeez.
Somehow, some way, this show starts an hour late. We do 7 matches. Mind you, the last 3 had to be under a spotlight that somebody hooked up to somebody's some fucking truck generator or something to give any light at all. Somehow nothing went to hell, and the show was but venue wise, yeah, a ring that was set up in a lot that wasn't even the address on the fucking flyer.
And even it has something of a draw or something too.
I mean 40 or 50 people.
Okay, well that's 40 or 50 people found you. So I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
It was stupid that it worked out at all, but it did.
If you have to go into a venue and ask somebody where's the wrestling at, I feel like that's a problem. and this is beyond that, of course, but that I think that's a thing. You know, wherever you're putting it, like it needs to make sense, or you have signage. And I've seen places where, because remember when I was first traveling, like I was finding wrestling shows, and Michigan was especially a problem for me because I'd typically be staying up in like Jackson, which is like kind of west from Ann Arbor. And I would see flyers, and I'm trying to figure out where they're at. And
The
they
only
say
show in Jackson is the American Wrestling Experience.
well, the stuff I was going to was an hour out, or I'm going down to
AKA
south of Detroit and stuff like that. And this is like 8 years ago, right? And I remember specifically finding a flyer, and it was just driving me nuts because all it said was post and a number, presumably a VFW post. Not that it said it. It's like post 916 or something. And I'm just like trying to Google it to figure it out, which already you're done, right? There's like, so literally all the people that live in this town that know what that is are the only people that are going to come to your show. You know, do you want the rando that's happened to be in town for work to find your show? I mean, nobody's even thinking about that, obviously. But do you want new fans to find your show? Then you need to put like, I mean, and a lot of flyers are on Facebook. And when I see a new flyer, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder where it is. And you see the thing, and you see such and such. Like maybe there's a town, maybe there's a state. You know what I mean? And there is that. Like people have to remember, we live in an online world. It's not just like if I got a poster up at my local Sheets, I can figure it out.
What if I told you I've worked in a town called Maybe?
Okay.
With 2 E's.
Okay. Tell me more.
It's in Michigan.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Because
Dude,
no,
fucking
because no,
Michigan,
because
man.
no, like I'm literally thinking like what the show I'm thinking of there. It's like a veteran biker bar that's in Maybe. It would be like a VFW or something, but
if it was a biker bar.
Yes, but it's a mix of a biker bar and a fraternal organization. But yeah, like I've done 2 shows there.
Woof.
I think they might have had a deathmatch circus there.
T-Pop says the weirdest venue I've ever saw in a wrestling show was the back room of a video game store in which the ring barely fit in the room. Sanjay Dutt was in the main event, and the commentary team was commenting from the bathroom.
Can you ask T-Pop if that was an MVP show, please?
So, I don't know. I think you just did. So
that, or it might have been promoted by... yeah, I think I know who promoted that show.
Okay.
He shall remain nameless.
Okay. That could be so much right now. So,
if there's one thing I will say, though, our Shindy sphere always continues to turn. And our bottom of the barrel is significantly worse than most of other people's bottom of the barrel.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're talking about the southwestern Pennsylvania Shindy-ness.
Now, a southwestern Pennsylvania Shindy is a special kind of shindy. Like,
tell me more. What makes it so special?
The closest thing you have to a shindy in Michigan is just a poorly run promotion.
Okay. Because there's no... And we're talking about these quote-unquote shindies. When we're talking about that, we're talking about Western Pennsylvania. This is a state where you do have to have a license commission thing. Are we talking about companies that do not do that in particular?
Well, you know, what Jim Cornette would call your outlaw mud shows.
Yeah. What was it called? I accidentally got booked on a boxing show that I found out was one of those, and they call it like I think they call it
bare knuckle something.
I don't know what it was called. I forget who was booking me, but we were having these conversations.
Did they have some kind of musical acts to throw the commission off?
I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. We didn't get that far, and then it got canceled like a week out. And I remember conversations later was like, oh, you know, that was like, I think they call it like a smoke room show or something like that. So like boxing has their own terminology compared to what wrestling does when that's the mud shows or something like that. So
well, it's just boxing's a little classier.
Yeah, so it's the cigar room show, if you will,
as
right?
opposed to, you know, meth-filled backyard.
Confirmed that was an MVP show. 20 people crammed in a room, and we had to stand right up against the wall, even fit in a room. I don't know anything about MVP other than
for the record,
legend.
Because I'm the man, Senor Iguana just got a whole brand new bag, baby. Because I just correctly predicted that.
I mean, when it goes down. So, like, you talk about the bottom of the what is the fuck? Let's shoot. What is that bottom of the barrel here? Like, is it? I know, like, one of the issues that I hear is like untrained wrestlers. I feel like this should be on Patreon, but we're here.
Now, I wouldn't say necessarily untrained.
Okay.
It's more.
That's the complaint I usually hear.
It's the quality of training.
Okay.
It's okay. Now, unfortunately, this comes with being, I know, I had said probably one of the last few times that we're in a golden age, right?
Yeah.
Well, the unfortunate part, that's the best part is, in a golden age is great. The top is great. Everybody's making money. There's good wrestling everywhere. But unfortunately, that also means that there is a much greater amount of people practicing the craft than normal, right? And that means that a lot of guys who necessarily, they may be good wrestlers, but they don't necessarily have the acumen or the teaching skills to train guys who can actually, work. And that's when you get you get a lot of guys like that, or you get a lot of guys who maybe they fell out with their school after a little bit, and it just didn't, and they just never went back, and they never went and trained anywhere else.
And that's a natural reaction to I'm gonna go over here where I can still do this. I remember talking to somebody who was running what I think amounted to one of these shows, and he literally just said to me, "I just want a place all my friends can wrestle," kind of thing. And it was I was kind of loved it because it was dead ball wrestling. It was pretty terrible, and I kind of like terrible wrestling every once in a while. So I was supporting that idea. Which is not good to be honest. But still, it's that's a natural proclivity, because if you're shut out of the golden part of the age, you still want to do it, right? Whether it's the right or not to do it. So, and that's where that figuring you have the arguments of, that brings everybody down. If that's a show that somebody sees their first show, they think that's what this is, right? So,
that's true. But the trouble is what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Who, we already have there's always already enough deferring standards on what is good wrestling, right?
Yes.
So then we further compound that by saying, okay, flip that coin. What's bad wrestling? That opens up a whole nother can of worms. And let's be real, there are a lot of people who think certain people shouldn't be, in wrestling at all.
There's certain people
it
that
just
think
depends.
certain companies shouldn't be.
Senor
doing
Iguana
what they're
definitely
doing.
belongs in wrestling, though.
Exactly, absolutely. So
I
on that,
was,
go ahead, Riz.
in that same vein as you said, I was fortunate enough to have my first indie wrestling experience for IWC. It was the Matt Hardy versus AJ Styles match.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was my first experience ever in independent wrestling, period. Now, if it was one of those shindy wrestling companies, who knows? I could probably just say I'm going to stick with WWE and
who knows,
not go anywhere.
And who knows what was running in 2005?
Oh God!
So who knows?
I'm just thankful that I had a great trainer who knew what he was doing, who was well respected by everybody in the area, and that was one last thing I had to worry about for why people wouldn't book me, because people always find a reason if they don't want to book you.
Yeah, okay, that's yeah, same.
But no, because that's the one you never want you want to make sure that you get started on the right foot. You don't want to start training with somebody who might not necessarily have the best rep and set you back. But that's why I'm always be thankful for Brandon K and all the knowledge he passed on to me. So
absolutely. Well, on that note,
and look at that, he got me all the way to here talking with an iguana.
Look at that.
There you go.
With the iguana on his hand and in his heart.
Yes.
And pizza in his stomach from our friends at Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Thank you so much to the guys supporting the shows, feeding our guests and our iguanas of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Go support them all around Pittsburgh, the greater Pittsburgh area, I suppose. So many awards on their walls. Thank you for supporting us and seeing them grow over the years as we have. SliceOnBroadway.com. And even if you're not in the area, hit up their social media, slice_PGH, I think, in most places, and let them know that you heard about them on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and thank them for supporting us. You would.
And they do have the East Liberty location that is still the brand new one, I think, right?
But I don't know if it's a brand new one.
Well,
They
it's
have
not the brand
newer
new
since.
one. That's the one that's the closest to me.
I think they just opened
Yeah,
a new one somewhere.
Ooh, awesome.
So yeah.
So they have 6 now?
They something like that. They
Heck
got
yeah.
Carnegie, East Liberty. I think up in West. Where was Christina Aguilera from?
West Mifflin?
Not West Mifflin.
No.
No, up north.
Wexford.
Wexford. She's from
Wexford.
Wexford. Is the old bit. I think they got a lot. I can't keep up with them anymore. I used to say them on the show, but I don't. They were at PNC Park at least until COVID, and then turnover happens.
Well, pizza's still good,
Caliente.
man.
Yeah, there you go. Caliente. What?
They put in Caliente. Pizza.
Do not mention Caliente. We do not know. Riz.
Sorry.
Bad Riz. Now I'm going to have to edit that out.
I know. Just bleep me out. It's fine.
It'll bleep you out. So.
You're triggering Senor Iguana.
Yeah, he looks
I didn't say it was good. I didn't say Caliente was good pizza. I just said it was.
Chat
it was
room,
placed.
what did you learn from wrestling this week?
Can I go?
Yes,
for this one?
please.
And I'm probably gonna steal somebody's in the chat.
Go for it.
And Matt, I'm sorry, but Mystery Wrestling and
Oof.
what they're doing over there is probably one of the best concepts in independent wrestling. They don't know. The fans don't know who the participants are until they are announced. They do sketches like this, where London Lightning is now working in a factory. It was not really because he's forklift certified, but he does a lot of things that aren't really forklift certified. And then you also have this, and I'm glad, George, you're here for this. It is a 60-minute, and I as soon as it happened, I texted Sorg because he needed to hear my excitement for this. It was a 60-minute Iron Man blinded ref match.
Huh.
And the finish was it was a double count out. It was a double. Of course, nobody pinned each other, but it was a 60 minutes of just pure joy. Wink, wink, and nudge, nudge.
I mean, I know this is Evil Uno's promotion already.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah.
seen some of I've seen some of the cool stuff that they do. I just I do kind of want to use my passport more. Like next
Hey,
year.
I got to too. I got to get up. It's sad that I haven't been to Canada.
If we're gonna manifest shit, fuck it.
Evil Uno,
Maple
give
Leaf.
us a call.
Mystery Wrestling and Maple Leaf Pro. would both
Oh
be
my
dope.
God, they're doing. I can't believe how good they look up there. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's essentially what it's Canada TNA. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Very much is. From the chat room, T-Pop learned that Reese Hayes finally showed his true colors, and now he has some nice new friends and some guy named John and Clayton King.
He was on my pedestal during the first match.
Reese got to work with us up in Michigan. He was such a nice kid, and everything. And
What did you do to him, sir?
I don't know, man. But anyways, Ponder also learned that the Fantastic Four think that they are in the New Horseman, and the actress looks like Charlotte. So yeah, they threw up the fours there at one of the things. So, and Arn Anderson had reshared it, and also AJ Francis has balls of steel.
That ladder spot. Oh gosh.
Why?
He didn't break his legs.
Oh my God! Oh man, he did that. And we're analyzing it. I'm watching this, and I was like, what he did was.
Why is he going leg first?
So
into his
if you
ladder
watch
like that?
I'm not gonna play it back because TNA has a history of giving me takedowns. I broke it down what I thought happened when we were watching it live. I think so. It's him and Casey Navarro, who I think had an injury going into this. At least was reported on the sponsored injury report. That I think is amazing with TNA. I feel like I'm almost like, are they like fishing for injuries? Are they making up injuries so they can do the sponsor? You know, I want to know how that spot works, like logistically, right? So they're up on the ladder. They get pushed by the Nemesis, right? And I think he didn't think he was going to make the top rope. Like I think he felt like he was going to get tripped up on the top rope. He leaps off the ladder. And listen, so we used to do the polar plunge on New Year's Day. And I would always I was afraid of jumping too far and not being able to get back, because it's just everything goes numb when you jump in there, right? And it's cold. Off of the Mon Wharf. And one year I jumped too shallow and slammed my hip off of the concrete, because you don't know where it's at coming off of that Mon Wharf, right? And I had a giant like gash on it, and actually ended up getting very sick from it. So I think that's what happened. I think it was just big guy who should not be doing this. And I hope Michael Cole was watching. I want the Michael Cole commentary on this entire match, to be honest. It's going to be the most brutal thing you've ever heard.
Bring back the telestrator, do the little markings. Just go
put Pat McAfee on that call, too, while we're at it, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but either way, that's where that's at. Also, talking about Mystery Wrestling, Matt learned that the funniest thing is in the world is a guy named Definitely Alive Jason Exile, who died on the last Mystery Wrestling show, but still got booked in a 4-way match and just laid in the corner of the entire match because he's dead. So that's great.
That part.
Antoine says it was an awesome experience to see MV Young on the panel with you for the very first time at Techo. We talked a lot. MV, like, he walked in, convinced the guy at the door that he was a panelist, because he showed up a half hour before the panel and then had no idea how to get to the panel. And then Photo Eric finds him, and I just like, hey, I'm talking to Antoine. I was like, you should go get him. And then I get a message, I have an escort. I'm like, who is escorting you? Like, and also like, you mean you have an escort or you have an escort?
What's her name?
You know?
Oh,
yeah, what's her name? I'm going to get him in trouble with his girlfriend. And he shows up, and I'm just like, dude, you don't have a badge. He was like, yeah, I just kind of told him that I was a wrestler, and I was on a panel, and they believed me. So I guess I passed, like, what we were talking about, like, the airport test or whatever, right? So, but yeah, so that was an interesting experience, too. So, God, I learned that I'm not the only one that hated a certain era of Monday Night Raw. I was talking on the panel about how Raw sucked. I still went and I just watched production the entire time to study it.
Huh.
And it was just the entire room was like, yep. You know, so it was really cool. We had about 20, 25 people in the room for the panel. And I was I got to live out a Wrestling Con panel fantasy, because I watched so much Kevin Smith panels, and I've been in New York Comic Con and seen all that kind of stuff, and I just
nerd.
Hey, okay, wrestler referee with a
that was Senor Iguana actually.
Oh, okay, I got you. I see how, and yeah, so it was really fun to be like on the panel and be able to like kind of like talk with the crowd and everything like that, and call out the Gambit in the back row, and tell him his movie's going to come sooner or later, kind of thing. And there was like a cool moment where, Riz, you were sitting there with me when we were getting some food before the panel, and there's a guy with a Deadpool mask on. He's got a backpack radio, and he's playing the Cody Rhodes. And you get to the whoa-whoa. We do the whoa-whoas. Nobody else did the whoa-whoa, and we're like in the common area, right?
Not true.
Was there anybody else? I didn't see him on my side.
The people we were talking to were also wrestling fans.
The French, the French people with the bagels.
The French people.
There's so many French people.
Baguettes.
The baguettes, yes, the baguettes.
It's from a video game, Sorg. It's from Expedition 33.
Yeah, okay. We talked about
Claire
this.
Obscura. Yeah.
Okay. So Expedition 33, which I played a little bit of on Game Pass.
It's a video game where it was created because the guy was bored about not doing anything with Ubisoft.
Okay, I didn't know the backstory.
It's
Thank you for that. This is a board
I
game.
didn't even.
Anyways, either way, so I was like, hey, we found the 3 wrestling fans that were out there, and he was sitting beside Gambit, so it made sense. He didn't have the mask on at the time, so.
I wish he did.
But there was just a lot of those call out stuff, like, oh, are you the guy from earlier, kind of stuff, and everything like that. So I gotta live that fantasy out.
Hey,
Thanks to
maybe
next
year, Sorg.
we'll put Riz on the
Next year
panel.
we can do a Mayhem show there.
Well, it was thrown out about doing an awesome cast one too. So
Awesome cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either way, we will see where we are with that. Also tracking
Hint,
everybody
hint,
down.
touch.
Tracking everybody down to be available on the same day on a con weekend is kind of a difficult thing, Riz. So I used to try to book this kind of stuff.
There's a reason why I was available, Sorg.
Well, you're gonna have
that you didn't know until later on.
Okay,
But
yeah. I also
still,
learned that I always forget Riz's birthday, even though he always takes time off. And then I ask him to schlep hardware for the day. And at the end of the day, Clayton King, of all people, tells him, he shows me a message of Clayton King wishing him a happy birthday. And he's a favorite production member. So he's the reason I realized at the end of the day that it's his fucking birthday.
Thank you, Clayton.
I'm the worst friend.
You're
ever.
amazing.
I am the worst friend ever. George, what did you learn from wrestling lately?
I tolerate you, Clayton.
All right, 2 things.
all?
Number 1, I actually really like the new Extreme Horseman logo. I saw it on the back of Brock Anderson's ring jacket on Saturday. It looks real sweet. I think it's a nice contemporary update on the 4 Horsemen thing. Maybe I'm spitting not facts, but I don't know. I like it. Number 2, I love schlocky stuff like Clowns versus Zombies, man. Like what the heck? Wait, if you haven't yet, you need to watch Showcase Showdown just for that match alone, because Clowns versus Zombies. I mean, literally, it's literally that.
It's the JCW Showcase Showdown.
GCW Showcase Showdown on Triller TV right now.
It's also apparently on. It's also on ICP's YouTube page.
It is. The whole show.
It's like almost 3 hours. It's
what?
Is this it?
It is.
Is that the show? It says Insane Clown Posse YouTube.
There's no what? Already?
Hold on, let me click through and make sure it's a real account. I guess.
Is it the?
Yeah, this is the Insane Clown Posse YouTube page, and it is on there.
Oh, okay. Well, then throw that link in the chat, Sword.
I mean, yeah, I guess I gotta find it.
Because now I'm gonna actually go clip some stuff from there right now when we go home. Because the women. So the women's match actually ended up being pretty good. It was a really good, really star-studded 4-way. Alice Crowley defended the belt against Haley J, Rachel Armstrong, and Christina Marie. Yes. That was, and then my other match, I did a very chaotic 6-man tag involving a very stubborn door. And JP Grayson, Mickey Knuckles, and Willie Mack against Anthony, or no, wait. No, I think I screwed that up. Shoot, I think it was JP Grayson team with Anthony Green and somebody else against. Yeah, it was crazy. Some door didn't. Oh yeah, that's the third thing. Some doors don't break. They just don't. That's it.
That's it. George, referee. Yeah, go ahead. Riz.
I just saw something. There's a match happening at that. I think this is the Booker T place, the House of Glory.
That would be Amazing Red's place, Riz.
Yes.
Oh, Amazing Red. Sorry, I get confused.
Reality of Wrestling is Booker T's.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. The main event for their pay-per-view, one of their main shows, is Zilla Fatu versus Bully Ray for the championship. And also, Team 3D is coming back.
Yes.
How,
Dude, Devon lost a lot of weight. I was watching an interview with him.
I thought Devon's back was all messed up.
It was, and he did DDP yoga, bro.
Of course he did.
He did DDP. Man,
stuff will save your life.
DDP is a fucking DDP is the patron saint of professional wrestling. Is where we're at with that. So, yep.
I mean, not even professional wrestling. Just like remember he's helped Butterbean.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, generally, and obviously beyond that, but also like he's helping his buddies. He helped Devon, and he's Devon. I was watching the interview today in clips, and he said he lost about 80-some pounds. So he was almost 300, and it was like inflammation and stuff from the issues with his back and everything. And I called DDP, brother, and he did, and he worked his ass off, and he literally worked his ass off. So fucking good for him, man. So I'm still figuring out my fitness journey. I should just DDP and go for it, I guess. Anyways, well, I got the Planet Fitness in the meantime and work on that 30 minutes. But thank you, George Ross, Big Match Bubby on the Instagrams for all your clips.
Yes.
You will be entertained.
Yes.
Thank you,
George.
George.
Very, very chill weekend. All I have is 880 and Horror Slam.
Horror Slam. All right. And then, of course, the Riz plays games on socials and the Twitcher. And Bradley. There you go. Like I said, I will be at Neo Pro's Triple Extreme in Canton, Ohio. Hanging out for that first production. Shenanigans. Whatever that word was. 880 Wrestling, Thursday night fights. And then Saturday, I'm going to go see Bond Journey with Bradley, if the rain holds off. So there's that. And God, what was happening Sunday? Oh, either way, I want to see Fantastic Four this week. I don't know why I'm just telling you my plans at this point. Either way, and you will see me at SummerSlam in some. I wish we should get ribbons. I should get Techo ribbons to hand out to people to say hi to me at SummerSlam or something. So thank you guys so much. We might do Patreon. I'm not sure. We'll see how our vibes are. I don't know. Everybody's pretty chill, and I had a beer. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.